Hey everybody, I'm Jack Reeder with Future Pastimes, and I'm one of the designers on Arrakis, Dawn of the Fremen. This is a PvP area control game, and in this video I'm going to be talking about two of the Scavenge cards that you can get in the game that have similar but not identical effects, and those are Sands and Shifting Sands. So to explain how those work and to explain a little bit about what happens in setup. So this only represents a portion of the board. But what's going to happen is during setup, you're going to roll a die to determine how many rock barriers you're going to be adding to the board. And then players are going to take turns placing them on the board on a border between two territories, which means now that there is a barrier between them. And that will prevent you from moving a sandworm from one territory to another through that rock barrier. It also means that the strength of one territory doesn't bear on another territory. Now you'll have anywhere from 3 to 8 rock barriers on the board. And they can create some really interesting tactical situations or some strategies about where you're going to place the development tokens as well as your forces during setup, and then how you're going to proceed going on. Now, the Scavenge cards you can get in the action phase as one of your actions. So you get 2 actions in that phase, and your first action is to attack or to scavenge. And if you choose scavenge, you're going to draw a card from the scavenge deck. Now, it contains a lot of different things. You can get resources in there, you can get weapons, and you can get special effect tokens. You can also get these special effect cards. They don't have corresponding tokens. But what's interesting about these cards is that both of them are tradable. So you can hold the card until you decide to use it, or you can offer to trade it for a resource or for another token with another player during the trade phase. So these can be very interesting to hold on to because you can use them to threaten people. You can say, "Look, I'm gonna play the card, and this is what I will do with it," or "I will give it to this other player, and who knows what they're gonna do with it." So I like these cards. They are both use immediately or at the start of your turn in any phase. So right before the action phase is commonly when these get used. So let's talk about what they do. We're going to start with Sand. So the way that Sand works is it lets you remove a rock barrier from the game. So you may have, during the setup, you may have said, yeah, we put this rock barrier, down here, making this territory, hard to get to. You have to go around to do that, but now it's gone. And that can happen like, all right, you may be thinking you were safe from my attacks on from these territories, but now I've removed it. So now all of this strength that's in this territory bears on that territory. So that can be a pivotal move when you're able to do that. Then we have Shifting Sands, which is a little bit, takes it to the next level. So it lets you move one rock barrier from one border to any other border except a border with drum sand that does not have a rock barrier. So with sand, you're just getting rid of one. In Shifting Sands, you are getting rid of one and you're putting it somewhere else. And that can have an even bigger impact. Again, if you say, all right, your territory here is bearing on that one, so you want to be able to attack them, but you don't want their strength down here to contribute to it. So you move the barrier there. And so now you've almost like doubled your capability of being able to take that territory. So Shifting Sands is even a bigger deal because you get all the benefit of removing a rock barrier and a territory where you don't want it to be. But then you get to move it somewhere else, and you can do it to protect yourself, so that rivals' forces are not bearing on a territory that is vulnerable for you, or you can cut off somebody else's own support. And what this represents, the Coriolis storm, in fact, you can see there's a storm coming in right there. It's so fierce that it's basically covering up a rock territory, so now that there's sand over it, and it's exposing another one. That's really what's going on there. And same thing here with the sand. You're getting the after effects of a storm. that's changing the landscape of Arrakis. So that's how these two Scavenge cards work. Let me know if you have any other questions about those or anything with Arrakis. Let me know if you've been playing Arrakis, and you can always let us know if you're interested in joining us for an invitational where you play with the designers on Tabletop Simulator in our Discord channel. So contact us if you have interest in that. It's a 2 to 4 player game, so we're happy to hold those on a more regular basis to get more people in. We can do teaching game, or if you know it and just want to play with the designers, we can do that as well. So that's it for this video, everybody. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.